Hello folks, welcome back. I'm Gnomesy, and I have fantastic news. Friends vs. Friends is getting an update. Oh, sorry, I hit my microphone. It is confirmed. It is definitely coming out. Awesome, right? Just to briefly explain, Friends vs. Friends is a shooter game, and it's a bloody good one. It's bloody good, mate. It has cards as the abilities and stuff. It's really neat. It's a good game. For quite a long time, the player base has been going very steeply downhill, or just being like stuck down at nothing. Right now, the game is peaking about 100 players a day, and then on the weekends it's like 150 players, so it's not doing super well. However, that is actually a giant rebound from a few months ago where it was all the way down at like literally like single digit figures. It was a dark time. But yeah, so I figured I will share everything that we know so far. Sorry, editor me just jumping in real quick. Don't mind the background noise, it's just me scratching my balls. For a start, the reason I know that there's an update coming is because there's been a massive hubbub on the Brainwash Gang Discord about this. One of the developers, Edu, came out and actually said like, oh yeah, no, an update has been approved, it is actually coming. And they've shown like a couple little teasers, a couple little bits of art that I'll go ahead and put on screen kind of as we discuss it and stuff. But yeah, so a couple things come to mind. They've revealed like part of one of the skins that's coming, although it's just the fucking feet, which is like, I don't know, it's just feet, man. It's kind of quirked up and goofy, I guess. They have also shown a new card, or maybe a card back, although one thing that's a little strange is that the quality of the artwork perhaps isn't the greatest thing ever, but who knows, maybe it's just a draft or something. I don't know, man. I'm just here. Okay, what else we got? Oh yes, that's right. And there is also new splash art coming that looks fire as fuck, and it's definitely a tonal shift. Which reminds me, there's a whole video I need to make about like kind of the tonal inconsistencies in this game. But who knows? Maybe they're getting addressed. You never know for sure. Ka-chow. So if you look at these three things that we've been shown, one common theme I'm noticing, particularly with like the card back, that looks like super retro futurist. You got all the bright colors and like the chrome and stuff. And then also what you can see in the characters' feet is they got like big baggy pants, which were super fashionable in the 80s and stuff. And with the splash art, at least with the vibe of it, it's kind of a little bit like Hotline Miami-ish, but less pink. I'll let you decide on that one, but I personally think that this update's gonna have like, it's gonna be all like synthwave kind of stuff, because like it's an aesthetic that's already in the game, because we got the TV screen card, like the one that transports you to another dimension. If that's already an aesthetic that's in the game, like it makes sense, at least to me, that there's gonna be like retro future stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy. But yes, I mean, overall it's a good thing. We actually have some communication from the developers, because this has come after like a really long period of silence. When they did this crossplay announcement a while back, they were like, oh yeah, I'll have to see if I can find the original comment, but it was something along the lines of like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep a more open line of communication, and then they just didn't, and it was like, bruh. Whew. But yeah, I got slightly mixed feelings, but like also good feelings. I'd say I've got good feelings overall, like, because like it's a fire game. It's such a shame that like it hasn't had the takeoff that it deserves. But you know, there's a couple little quirked up aspects to it. You know, one thing that's always been kind of irritating is how generally like the developers will just communicate to us through hints and stuff. When you hint at things, it can drum up hype, but you know, usually there has to be kind of hype there for the hints to kind of build on and drum up. They're like a hype catalyst. They're not a hype starter. You feel me? Because like this game has a tiny community. It seems to finally be growing again, which is fantastic. But nonetheless, it is small. And then they're like dropping hints about things on the Twitter and on the Discord. And realistically, that's not reaching that many people. The only people getting excited are like basically the handful of people that still play it regularly. I wouldn't say it's bad marketing. I'd just say it's not like marketing the game at all. Not really, because it's not like nobody new is seeing the game. And then also it's not really convincing anyone to buy it either, or to buy like the expansions. It's quite strange. That's a little bit of an oopsie daisy. Just a little bit, but it's okay. You want a little pat pat? I'm gonna give you a little pat pat, make you feel better. A little smooch on the head. In fact, it kind of ties into like the general attitude from the studio and the general attitude from the developers is like they're really obsessed with working on the game's existing players, like they're like kind of fan service, I guess, for lack of a better word, because this game was shown at E3, which will have been seen by millions of people back in, you know, I think like 2024, 2023 when they showed it. And, you know, if you're reaching that many people and then this is the result, like this is the amount of players that you actually get, like not many people bought the game. There's just a bit of a disconnect. I think when they add new content, they really need to make it content that's like appealing, not to every type of gamer, but just more appealing. There's already lots of furries and crop tops in the game already. They've appealed to that audience. They need to kind of make things that are cool, and then the fact that it's a furry character just doesn't matter. That's how you bring normal people into the game. It's kind of like the opposite of what, for instance, Fortnite did, where they made a game that's really popular and captured like a mass audience, and then they added like a little bit of furry bait in, and then they managed to capture the furries in with like a what was it, like rogue raven leader, and they made her thick. For FEF, it's the other way around. Like, what are the most popular skins in the game? It's the pirate skin for Sable. It's the Mad Max skin for Donny B, and the knight skin for Duck. These skins are cool in their own right, and the fact that it's like an animal character doesn't really factor into it. We need more of that, and I'm concerned about if that's what we've actually got coming. But yeah, so Friends vs. Friends is getting an update, people. I reckon it's probably coming in the next couple of months. That seems to be the kind of timeline that's making the most sense, because from the riffraff and the rumors, it seems like pre-production's already done. So they've basically got everything planned out. It's just about implementing it. And we know the brainwash work pretty fast and pretty loose. So I wouldn't expect it to be very long before this update drops. And also I heard discussion about like, oh, are they going to add a new character now, or are they going to do it later? Which kind of implies that I think there's probably going to be multiple updates coming, which is awesome. I mean, yeah, the game's getting supported again. Yeah! Yeah! Sorry, I gotta be quiet. My parents are sleeping. Ka-chow. What else? So, how big is this update going to be? Well, let's be so for real. El Pelicano was not received that well. Like, that update was pretty small. You still had to pay for it, and it was basically just skins. I do not think they are going to make that mistake again. I think the next one's probably going to be bigger. What's going to bring more people to the game? As much as I'd love to say it's balancing, it's probably more likely going to be adding stuff that's cool. So, fingers crossed. They're going to add some cool stuff and bring more players in. Preferably players from different walks of life. I think the developers have a little bit of a case of furry brain, where a lot of the stuff that they've done is like catering more and more to this one audience. Okay, well that's about it. That's about everything that I wanted to say on the matter. Well, actually, no, it's not. That's a complete fucking lie. But it's like the Cliff Notes. Yeah, no, I'd be here all day. I did not take my meds today. I'm gonna have a field day editing this. But yeah, hopefully you guys like, comment, and subscribe.